Hello, in this video we'll look at the walk section of Pacemaker. Here we are on the walk section. Similar to the idle, we have our speed where we can set the overall speed of the walk cycle. At the moment we've got it on 1, which is a good starting value. Number of cycles, at the moment that's on 1 as well. At the moment there's no real difference or advantage in creating more than one because at the moment we don't have variation on different cycles, but that is something that is planned for the future. A start offset once again, generally leave that on 0, and a ground height offset to adjust um, height above the ground. Our head section, for walk, we only have a static head movement. Let's just click off the preview and see what the default value is. So that's just with the default base values for walk, and we can, as I say, we could adjust the head left to right, up, down, or roll if you wanted to. At the moment, I'll just leave that straight ahead. The torso section is probably quite important in the walk, where we have our spine lean forward and back. Generally, I would leave this round about 0, not too much, because this will affect the legs, and we'll need to then adjust the legs if we lean too far forward or too far back. I see it does affect the legs being a body muscle. So let's just leave that on 0 for the moment. If we want to add lean to the body, we'd use the root rotation. It's much more efficient. Spine swing amount, which is the amount the spine swings procedurally. We can have none or quite a lot. Pelvis bob, quite important. That's the amount that the body will move up and down during the walk cycle. We can have very little, or we can have more jaunty walk like that. It's just this walk, let's leave it fairly low. We can have spine move left and right. Value here to move the spine left and right, give a bit more of a feminine touch. We can have vertical twist to the spine. And we can also add upper body swagger left and right. If you wanted to lean, commonly used for run animations, we could use a root rotation, and then we could change the pitch fix here, and then adjust the legs to compensate and increase the swing. But we'll look at that when we look at creating runs. At the moment, we'll switch root rotation off. The arms, I say we don't have control of single arms in the walk because the arms are have synchronized movements. But here we can move the arms up and down before. We can move the arms to the front or the back, the front or to the back. We can control how much arm swing there is. We can reduce it to virtually nothing except for the movement from the body, or we can have quite a lot of movement. And we can also adjust how much the elbows bend at the apex of the swing. Let's just increase the swing a little bit so we can see that. And then control the elbow bend. As you can see, the elbows bend more now at the apex of the swing. Look at the legs. As we've seen the legs down. That modifies the starting position of the legs to make them sort of more forward or more backwards. But we'd use a root rotation to compensate for that. If you change it from the default. Usually 0.6 is fine. We can also change the stance position, the width of the stance. You can move that out. A more straddled walk. And when we do that, the ankles adjust themselves automatically. We can actually change the amount of swing, from very little, a smaller type walk, to a maximum, so after doing a run or something like that, whereas with increased speed. The knee bends, the same with the elbows, it changes how much the knees bend at the apex. So if we put it there, they'll bend more at the end, or less, or none at all. The knee hold amount is how much the actual knee bend holds itself on the forward swing to give you a bit more extra leg lift. So if you hold it more, then it will hold, and the sharpness will distribute the hold either very sharp just at the apex or for the whole swing with lower values. And we also have the ankles up down, how much the ankles are flexed at the apex. You see at maximal value, they're flexed quite a lot at the end. The minimum value, they hardly change at all. The toe down amount is how much the toes move downwards, or the front part of the foot moves down at the apex. You see there, they're moving right into the ground there. Or you can play it to not at all, depending on your stride settings. And the sharpness, once again, will distribute that toe down movement across the whole swing at minimum value, or only at the end. So you get just to go down at the end using maximum value. You can control the hands, and we can control the hands separately during the walk. So we can walk with clenched fists. If we want to, or open hands if we want to. Let's have a look at a few of the walk presets. This one has a root motion on. I'll just disable root motion so you can see it. That's just a basic walk. See it, root motion. We can actually use root motion or not, so we can set what axis. Normally it's going to be on the Z, and we can set the actual meters per cycle that it moves depending on the speed. That's probably going a little bit too fast, so we can reduce that a little bit. But we can also tweak that on watching it in the animation preview. Walk preset number 1, walk preset number 2. That's a slower walk. It's similar, just a slower walk, but shorter stride. Walk preset number 3. That's a little bit faster. Well, it has quite a little bit of more of a spread on the legs. Preset number 4. A bit more of a hurried walk. Probably needs a bit more toe down there. Any adjustments you make, you can actually save it back to the preset. Just going on save to preset, and that change will be saved. or you can create a new preset completely from the current settings. You just give it a name. And you can create a new preset. So that's now the one we're working on. That was preset number 3, I believe. Preset number 4. Oh, that was preset number 4. And we have a couple of preset ghosts. Let's say this one is using the ground offset, and the leg swing is reduced to 0, so the legs don't swing, and so we get that floating effect, gliding along. A little bit of head bob still to make him bob up and down, a little bit of arm movement. Motion off. So that could be for a character who doesn't actually have any feet or legs, so as long as it's humanoid, it'll still work. And we have a demo zombie walk. Just with his hands up, minimal arm swing, and very short step. Once again, we could so obviously we can then click on generate walk to generate our animation clip. We switched off root motion there, so let's switch root motion back on. Generate clip. The same for the ghost preset. Generate walk. And let's see what for our walk preset. And let's have a look at our run preset on here. For the run presets, by the way, if you want, you can disable the animate preview, and you can still preview the movement as you change the parameters. It just stops them from animating. You can also scrub through manually. And you can set whether the preview loops or not. If it is animated, it'll just do it once, through the without looping. So here for the run, we see we have a very long leg swing, and on the leg section, sorry, in the torso section, we're using rotation to rotate the body at a pitch by 8 degrees, so it leans forward. So when we generate the walk around clip, that root rotation is built in. I think we disabled root rotation there. Yep, there we go. Also, it has quite a large arm swing and elbow movement. Okay, next time we'll have a look at the strafe and the turn.